Hello, you. It's me. And this is not going to be a long video. Or maybe it will be. I don't know. I just kind of wing it usually. But this is about Yaba. And I will not say her real name, even though I know her, what do they call it? Government name, legal name. But it's not necessary. That's something that her partner Sam seems to do a lot, as if it's going to embarrass or humiliate someone like gaining ground. Um, I didn't know his first name, nor did I even care. But the fact that they keep throwing it out, it's problematic, which is a word I don't think I'd ever wanted to use, but it seemed right for this moment. But Yaba, I was listening to a stream that she did this morning, and she started shaming Belinda for being poor, saying, imagine being 50 years old and not being able to pay bills, and bragging to everybody about how you're negative in your bank account. I don't think that's what she was doing. I think she was just really frustrated and was stating a fact that, yeah, I paid them to shut them up, and now look at me, I'm negative. Now, Yaba herself claims that she's not best friends with Belinda. They don't talk every day, etc. Even before this whole thing happened. The impression I got is they were close, but maybe not. I don't know. So maybe Belinda didn't tell her everything. And I don't know Belinda's story, per se. I know that she always jokes about being poor, living in a trailer, etc. I don't know her real situation. I know that medical bills can be really expensive. And for Yaba to say, how is it she's got a full-time job, works YouTube, probably makes more money on YouTube than at her job, so how does she not have money? Well, medical bills cost. And it would make sense if she, for example, continued to work her job so that she would have some medical benefits, but that doesn't mean it covers everything. And when you have hospital stays for a week or 2 weeks, they get up there. People go in debt because of things like that. And that could possibly be why she's so broke. But poking fun at her for being broke, dude, why would you do that when you said yourself that you grew up with people that were addicted to drugs? You were very poor when you first got married. I remember you talking about, I forgot what you did to try to make some cash to feed the family. You yourself was poor. You don't own a house, and apparently you don't own the cars or trucks or whatever you have that you drive. You rent everything. And that's, I'm happy that you have the money to do that you have what seems to be a nice house, that your children seem to be well cared for. I don't care about that. I just care about the fact that you would knock someone down who's on tough times. I mean, yes, I take it personally because I have been somebody who had a rough start in life, had really awful parents, who treated me like a secondhand item that they could just throw away when they wanted to. So I had no help and assistance getting out on my own. I just did the best that I could, and there were many times I failed, and there were times where I succeeded and did really well. The problem is that a lot of things happened, whether it was having a move that took all my money away, having money promised to me that didn't come, getting really sick. There were several years where I had a migraine maybe 21 days out of 30, 31. And I was down for the count. They lasted for 4 to 5 days. It wasn't just an hour I rest and then I feel better. They lasted a very long time due to, mostly hormonal changes in my body that is hereditary. and I didn't have the money to go to a doctor to have it looked at. But there's a lot of reasons why people go up and down. There's a lot of reasons why people might find themselves at 50 and poor, or in my case 53 and poor and sick and not able to get the right kind of attention that I need in order to get better, in order to get back up on my feet again. These things happen. So to be poking fun when you know at least some of the things that she has had to go through, I mean, it just says very little about you. Or it just means that there's very little to say about you. It's cruel and it's mean. You don't knock somebody when they're down. I mean, that's just the lowest of the low. And I've seen in Yaba something I had suspicions of previously, which is why I stopped watching her. But I thought, oh, that's just her way of kidding around and joking, etc., etc. She's not kidding around and joking. She's going the lowest of the low and knocking a woman down and a family down because they're poor. You know, life goes in ebbs and flows. And there might come a time where you yourself might get ill. Or you yourself might not be able to work and carry the family load. And your partner, maybe she could do it, maybe she doesn't, I don't know. But there might come a time where you're going to suffer greatly and nobody's going to be there to help you because you're so mean and so cruel. And I feel bad for you. That's not a way to be. I know that, you know, especially on the internet, making hard slams and being nasty, you know, it gets you views, and that's good for now. But it doesn't always last. And what are you going to do after that? I mean, I think of FFG. Sometimes she goes pretty low too. And I enjoy her. And then sometimes she gets into it too much, and I just turn it off because I'm just tired of that, to be honest with you. I get it. I've been there. I've done that. But there just comes a point where, for me anyway, I just don't have time for it. And I like FFG. I think she is a good person. I think she's very kind-hearted. I think sometimes she's a little bit rough, but she does, to her credit, step back a little bit and explain why she's being so rough, and I appreciate that about her. But sometimes I just can't take it, and that's okay. I have nothing against her, and I really feel like she does have a good heart. But Yaba, I'm starting to question a lot, and I just, honestly, I'm tired of it. And her attacking Belinda for being poor is so cruel and so uncalled for. If you don't like the woman, then just don't talk about her. You can say, oh, I feel like she's this or she's that, and leave it at that. But attacking a woman for being poor is just cruel, and I just find it unacceptable. And I won't be watching her anymore. In fact, I've considered just not watching any of them anymore. It's so crazy. But I like Belinda. Gigi, he's good. I think he's good at what he does. And I will probably continue to watch him off and on. Angry Pistachio or Peanut. I don't know if I'll watch her streams. She went on a really weird tangent the other day, talking about how embarrassing it would be if her camera popped on because of her situation. And I didn't find it funny. I just found it kind of crude. It's not my humor, I guess. That's it. Some of the things she says is interesting. She can be very insightful as well. So I may still watch her off and on, I don't know, but that little tangent made me turn it off because I didn't want to hear all that. But I don't not respect Angry Pistachio. I don't not respect Gigi. I think they're good people. And same with Belinda. I think she's a good person. She's good people. Um, I don't know about Yaba. I don't know her in person, so I can only go by what she puts out on the internet. But the things that she said, I just feel that maybe they're right. Maybe she is a bit of a phony. I don't really like her. I definitely don't like Sam. And I don't know. I feel like if you get put on a list, on their list, then you're probably winning. um, yeah, I don't know. That's my 2 cents about it. I don't know if I'll cover any more of it. I don't really care. I'm kind of out of it now, but man, I just thought that was awful. You can attack someone, but there's certain things you just don't do. She's a lot like Chantal. Like Chantal attacked Yaba and her kids by making fun of their father and ex dying. That's not funny. That's beyond a low blow as well. You don't do that. But Yaba's doing the same thing. And it just blows my mind. And I certainly don't like Chantal that much. And I guess I just don't like Yaba that much either. And it's sad because I've always found her fairly entertaining, but these rants and just being cruel, you don't know a person's situation, and maybe you do, but I don't think you really took that into account, or just how hurtful and harmful that could be. Or maybe you did. Maybe that was your point. You wanted to be hurtful and harmful. And that just speaks volumes as to what kind of a person you are. And I think it's sad. And I hope that changes. But it probably won't. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got to say.